Yeah, I watch a lot of HGTV.
So you know. Okay. So our motto is White Canes, Camera, Action. Great dogs, welcome to.
All right.
If you could please tell us your name and your occupation.
My name is Mark Chudy. I'm a chiropractor.
Okay. And stating back the question and the answer, please. What is health?
Health, man, has so many facets to health. For me, there's a mental component, an emotional component, a physical component, and there has to be a balance between all three. And it's reaching your full potential in all three of those aspects. And dealing with stress on a daily basis, and we're never going to get rid of stress, so dealing with it and living our optimal life through the stresses of life creates health.
What would life be? Or you're as a chiropractor, and if you could help me by restating this, but have you seen people that are not healthy and achieve health? What does that look like to somebody?
Absolutely. Again, there's a structural component, physical component to it, and if our physical body is out of alignment, that's going to affect how we feel, which is going to affect our emotional alignment, which is going to affect our spiritual alignment. So once we have a person or an opportunity for that person to start correcting things in their life that are creating stresses on their body, we see relationships improve, we see their health improve, we see their finances improve, we see their relationships with their God improve. So a lot of things improve once health is attained, or at least heading in that direction.
Why did you choose to get into this field?
There's a couple stories. One, I had an amazing experience when I was a kid. I had an injury when I was 11, and I finally, after a lot of medical intervention, started seeing a friend of mine who's a chiropractor and was able to play sports for the rest of my life. And so I had a great experience myself. But also, before I became a chiropractor, I was an accountant. And my mom had passed away in the mid-90s before I started school. And one day I was up at the cemetery with her, hanging out, and I was just quiet, and I heard her say, "Mark, go to chiropractic school." And I started the next semester taking classes. It was never a thought, it was never a consideration before that, and that's the main reason why it kind of finally pushed me there. Yeah, pretty cool.
What's kept you there?
What's kept me in chiropractic?
Yes, sir.
I haven't worked a day in 23 years. It's the greatest job, career thing I get to do. My coworkers are amazing. My patients are amazing. It's just been the most amazing experience of the last 23 years I've ever imagined.
In your own words, what is it that you do?
I evaluate the structure in a person's body because that structure affects their function, affects the way their nerve system works, affects the way their brain and body communicate. And any interference in that communication causes a breakdown in the way the body's supposed to work. So chiropractically, we look at those interferences or what's causing that breakdown. We eliminate or start to correct them and allow the brain and body to communicate to work the way it's supposed to work. And that allows the body to start to heal itself. We're just removing the interference.
Have you seen with different types of holistic healing, have you seen anything interesting there? I'm kind of curious.
I work with a lot. I work with acupuncturists, I work with physical therapists, I work with naturopaths, herbalists. I work with Susanne with her essential oils that I've never knew a whole lot about before. And I don't think there's any one answer, but if you could incorporate a few of those holistic approaches, you're going to get a benefit from each, and the cumulative benefit you get from that is amazing. Because I'm not going to correct everything. If someone has a terrible diet, it's going to be an uphill battle. So if they see a nutritionist start eating right, if they have blocked channels and they see the acupuncturist, they're going to start doing more improvements in their health. And again, with the oils that we're here to talk about also, I've seen great things happen with people who are using those and incorporating those into their lives.
Do you feel yourself that the essential oils have helped you personally?
Especially I see them here, I see the the On Guard, I think I saw one of them. That this time of year it's on my counter, it's at my desk, it's all my coworkers take it. That's a huge one. One of the most common problems I see people coming in with during different seasons are allergies. And Suzanne introduced me to an amazing allergy supplement that they have, and people really responded well to help support their immune system with that. So yeah, there's been a lot of great things happen.
Can you tell me maybe a specific story of a way your body felt before and after using one of the specific oils that you have on your counter? I'm curious about that.
I always go back to the On Guard, whether it's the hand sanitizer or the actual essential oil. I mean, I could start feeling a little scratchy, a little run down, and within a day or so of taking that, I start heading in the right direction. There's the sore throat's gone, the energy's gone, and of course I support it with eating right, getting adjusted, and exercising and all that, but I have such faith and belief in that essential oil and the research and everything that went into that. It's just been amazing for immune system function and supporting that.
When people first hear about essential oils, or even yourself, what is their reaction usually, or what was yours?
My first introduction, and probably most people, is like, man, this stuff smells great. And, we diffuse it in our diffuser, and people walk into my office and they're like, wow, it smells great in here, which is great until you learn, because Suzanne then taught me the benefits and the properties of essential oils beyond how nice they smell. But a lot of times it's that. And sometimes they're definitely apprehensive. They think an oil's an oil, and okay, what could this possibly do for me? So there's always a learning curve, like with anything, or an educational curve.
What happens, again, potentially with yourself or some people you could think of, once they've used it and come back and talk to you again?
Like with a lot of things, the people who start to use something and see the benefit, they just keep coming back and coming back and coming back, and they continuously use it. And they ask for another symptom they may be having, and is there anything else that they could use oil-wise to help support that? And then they educate, and they tell their family, they tell their friends, and it's this ongoing thing, kind of a ripple effect of education, not just from me. You educate their person, and hopefully that goes out into the world.
So I'm really curious about Suzanne. I'm going to hear a little bit about how y'all met. If you could tell me, please.
Great question. Who sent you in to see me?
Well, actually,
Mutual.
could you guys sit next to each other?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
Let me know if that
I was
lights
trying to
are right
remember
for
who
you.
that
I
was.
just want to
There's nothing in the way.
make it around the table without knocking anything over or causing any small or large disasters.
There we
You're
go.
straight ahead. You're perfect.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you.
And let's make sure once you're sitting, we're all in the frame. Looking good. Yeah. Perfect. Suzanne, could you please start with telling us your first, last name, the name of your organization, and who are we with, please?
Yes, I would love to. Thank you for asking. I'm Chiro and Susanne. Empowered Lifestyle LLC is my business, and I am here with Dr. Mark Tudy, who is just a rock star chiropractor. I love him as a person, as a human being doing good in the world, and as a professional. I'm such a believer in the benefit of chiropractics for our bodies, and I just think it's one of life's holistic inside secrets, and that it is not only a way to treat an injury or a problem, an acute problem, but as a lifestyle practice, it contributes to health and well-being. And I just love my visits to Mark's office. They're so much fun. It's always good to see you, and I always feel so much
I feel
better.
the same way. I love seeing you and Ollie, and it's always great to have you.
For sure. I appreciate you.
So, what can you tell me about working with Suzanne? What has it been like?
Like I said, it's been amazing. It's always a cheerful, happy visit. I remember the first day I met, and I was going through her paperwork, and she mentioned that she runs. I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. I'm thinking treadmill. She's like, no, I run marathons. I run half marathons. And I'm like, okay. And then it comes out that, oh, I run 9-10 minute miles. And it's just amazing to me that, and the ability and the trust in her own body, in her people that she runs with, and just the oomph to get out of bed and get out of the house and to just pursue happiness and vitality and just love life. And I think she does that in everything she does, not just her own physical, but in educating. She'll sit there and educate me. She'll come and do talks for 10, 20, 30 people. She just wants to eliminate suffering and improve people's quality of life and reach their full potential.
Thank you, Mark.
You say that's accurate, Susanne?
Absolutely, yes. It just means so much to me to make someone's life even a little bit better. That is so fulfilling to me, and I really appreciate those opportunities.
That's always one of my goals, and is when I wake up in the morning, I want to leave hopefully more than one, but at least one person's life better at the end of the day compared to the beginning because of something that I said or did or some part of my interaction with somebody.
Yeah,
so I agree.
I really appreciate that about you. You always have such a positive, uplifting outlook, and you're just the best, Mark. And can I share a fun fact about you?
Sure.
So
depends, but yes.
One of the things I loved learning about Mark is that you've been adjusting rock stars for what, 20 years?
About 22 years now. Yeah, it's been fantastic. I was introduced to a general manager at a lot of the big venues in town about 23 years ago, and I've got to work with a lot of my favorites, people I didn't know, genres I didn't pay a lot of attention to, and now I absolutely love. So it's been a beautiful experience. They've been, in 23 years, can't name one person who hasn't been beyond appreciative, loving, caring, that we were there to help, because these people are tough on their bodies. Being on the road is rough, and to have someone come to the venue and be there, they're just amazing. Plus I get to watch all the shows.
So you're literally backstage treating the musicians before or after, or just giving that support to give them a little extra edge to go out and perform. That's just so amazing. I just love that.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
More than that, people have peace of mind knowing you're in the building.
It helps, a lot of times they'll come around the corner and they're like, "Oh, so glad you're here," and because they don't have time to run out and find somebody. So for someone to be at the venue for them, they love it.
Yeah.
You take any essential oils with you?
I wear them. I don't know if I actually take any ever with me. I should bring a little bag of everything, because I'm always looking for something I wish I had.
So I'm curious, when you see Susanne with the vitality and stamina that she's got, is this in the ordinary for people that you know, or is this Susanne, how would you describe her to somebody that's never met her? You're telling about Susanne.
I'd say a week doesn't go by where I don't reference Susanne to some extent, whether it's because of the physical running she does, the oils that people ask me questions about. But no, it's incredibly rare to see someone so active and alive and loving life and vital. And I think a lot of it's her attitude, and it's not just chiropractic, it's not just the oil. She eats right, she has a great attitude, she exercises. So back to what we talked about earlier, there's a lot of spokes to the wheel of health, and she's got all the spokes in line, which is great. And I think that contributes to why she's the way she is. And like I said, she'll come at the end of the day and do talks, and she's still as energetic as she is right now, which is beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much.
So I feel like, I'll edit this part out because I don't want my voice too much, but I feel like we're talking to Susanne about, the way she describes herself to people in a 30-second hello. And I think a wellness advocate would be very appropriate. And, different titles fine, but specifically, oils come later. Mm-hmm. How Susanne lives her life is really what people are interested in, and oils are part of it, and a natural, organic progression of the relationship, I think, too. But just while you're here, I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, of course.
Kind of thing.
It is.
Have you got any other things that you'd like to tell us about health or oils or Susanne?
Man, I wish I had more time to have thought about all this.
It's okay. Just straight from the heart is.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
I think that's about most of it.
Okay. Very good. Sam, can I tell Mark about our soap thoughts?
yeah.
So we're talking Suzanne and I, and we're just curious what different people know her in her life, what they think about this, especially since I'm talking about doing this with me. I want people that know her to advise her as well.
Mm-hmm.
So with the doTERRA oils, this can be incorporated what we're talking about. But on stage and things like that, I've told Suzanne if she has something that she is the founder of, the president of, in addition to the oils that's still in the same vein, it would be very helpful. And in blindness, we have a lot of people that would like to be put to work. And it's actually a big hot topic. 7 out of 10 people are blind do not work.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Braille. We have little 4-letter words, 3-letter words in Braille. And we'll talk about Braille in a second. It's just a few dots. So 4 letters in Braille is just a few dots.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Braille is your beeswax soap. 2 pores. So every time you wash your hands all the way to the end, you're washing your hands with the word love or joy. And it's scented by doTERRA oils, and it's going to infuse into your body, and so you can have a frankincense bar, or a lavender bar. And also on the packaging, it talks about Suzanne on each bar, talks about different people that are blind, potentially we could highlight. It talks about 7 out of 10. It's Braille is your beeswax. So
Interesting.
Do you like that idea?
I think anything that's new and innovative and hasn't been done before and has a great message and brings work to people who maybe wouldn't know what else to do, I think it's great. I mean, you've done your research. I think you know the market and all that, but I think anything like that would have some possibilities.
Well, Ben knows a soap maker down in the artisan district of Tallahassee where he has an office, and they've talked about how to do a double pour so it has the Braille effect in the bar.
Really cool.
And so Ben's mission and purpose is really to empower blind people, and his filmmaking is for, with, and about blind people and what blind people can do.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a developing idea, and so it's nice to get feedback, from people about how it might progress. And so I'm very conscious of your time. Are we okay?
I have no idea what time it is, but
1:12.
sure, I got a few
we're
minutes.
doing okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think anything with a mission, with a purpose. I flip on Shark Tank once in a while, and a lot of the, they're all for profit anyway, of course, but a lot of ones that have a mission attached to their business is always huge, especially when you can get people behind that mission. Mm-hmm. Whether it's the community of blind people or families. I'm sure there's a big group that could envelop.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I wanted to tell people that know Suzanne that, because I hope that Suzanne and I will be doing that together real soon. And is there anything else, Suzanne, that you'd like to ask Mark or talk to him about?
Can you give me an adjustment right now? No, I'm kidding.
Wow, we got cameras rolling.
I usually do have a table in the car, but I didn't bring one today.
I'll lay down on this table. No, honestly, I just always walk out of Mark's office feeling so good. Not only for the connection, he just has a very open heart, but my body feels better, and it all works for good. And so I just appreciate you so much.
Thank you. I do too. I can't tell you how many times in the middle of the day, I'll text Suzanne a situation, a question about a patient, and boom, right there, she comes right back with answers, and not just, I'll get back to you. It's a definitive this, and this is why, and she's just an amazing mentor, brilliant, cares, loves, all that.
Thank you, Mark.
Of course.
I thought of a couple other questions about the office and oils in the office. Mm-hmm. So if other chiropractors are listening, what would you tell them about putting essential oils in a chiropractic office? What logistically does that look like?
I think you have to, we can't be everything to everybody. I can't know everything Susanne has known in her life. So I think it's real important to have a mentor, have someone to be able to contact and ask questions about. So I think it's one thing, hey, put this stack of oils on your desk and hopefully people buy it. But I think it's important for that educational piece about what they are and why they should buy it. And sometimes I don't know that. I don't have the time or the expertise to know that. And it's great to have somebody that does and to bounce that off of them. And like I said, Susanne will come in and do talks for patients who are interested in the oils, because a lot of them I think do excuse me, like the smells, but then when they learn what they really are, that's a home run.
How do you bring up oils in your practice? Is it an organic thing? Do you wait for patients to ask? Do you tell each and every person comes in?
Excuse me. A lot of times something comes up in conversation. My whole day is just about talking, and something comes up, a relative, that person has this going on, they're taking this med, or whatever it is, and a lot of times I will bring up, have you ever tried oil? Do you know anything about oils? Let me get some information for you. So I don't know enough to be able to definitively tell them that, but I will reach out to Susanne. Sometimes I'll connect them and, get them information that way, as opposed to just me doing it.
Yeah, because you're busy.
Yeah, I have a new chiropractor now, so there's a lot of things in the office, so it's nice to have that. I wish I used it more, and I know there's a lot of products that I don't know about, and maybe I could have Anthony, my new chiropractor, do some things with you, but there's only so much I could do. But like I said, I love them. I think they're great, and they do benefit people that I have exposed to.
Beautiful thing.
And they are a real complement to chiropractic treatment.
They're amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they move the body forward in the hours and the days that the client is not on your table. They continue to move the body forward. And I know one thing you've commented is that my body responds easily to your treatment. Would you say that's true?
Absolutely. You adjust well, and even with a flare up, I'll see you a week and a half, and boom, you're back on track again.
Yeah.
And that's not an accident. Doesn't just happen. It happens because you're right there where you're supposed to be. You support yourself with a lot of great health aspects, and this is definitely one of them. And I know that that's a huge part of your life.
Yes.
And I do walk in every day. I'm like, what are you wearing? What is that? And I know it's not just to smell good. I know there's a lot of reasons why your combination of what you're wearing that day,
right,
and different body parts you put it on is very thought out and thoughtful.
Yes.
Of it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And tapping into a variety of health modalities is such an essential part of being a whole person and of having that well of vitality to draw from.
It's true. Like anything, if I just got adjusted and I didn't do anything else right for myself, I'd break down at some point.
Right.
Same thing. Like I said, the spokes of a wheel. You have to have them all working and rotating in the same direction, right, to be optimal.
Right.
And this is a huge part, along with everything else you're doing.
Yes. Yes, agreed.
Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. I don't really have any other questions. Anything specific?
Okay. Well, this is a busy man who is so kind to take time out of
I'm glad
your
it worked
day.
out.
I really appreciate it so much.
And especially because I didn't know, I told you I had jury, I had a call for jury duty, so that got canceled, which
thank goodness,
which was nice, yeah. Just even that day to not have to go there, and because I've heard you sit there for the whole day.